Hey y'all. Okay, it is 3:21. It is July 9th, Thursday. I'm doing my hair because I need to get ready to go to my sister's birthday dinner. Shout out to her. She turns 22 today. So it really only gives me an hour to do my hair and makeup. And I hate rushing. I really do hate rushing. So I'm trying to get my curls like done at least. I'm just trying to do my due diligence and not be that person that everybody waiting on. So I fixed my hair. I'm doing my curls. I got a net to pin them up. I already know what I'm wearing and everything, so I'm gonna just come back home and get dressed. So I just wanted to come in, check in with y'all to let y'all know what's gonna happen because everything is gonna be moving quickly. I'm gonna finish and turn my music back on so I can just start my makeup and it ain't gotta be no stops, and I'll just edit it as one video. So I'll check in with y'all. Okay, yeah, so we start off with a clean face. I go in with the La Roche-Posay moisturizer, and then I add the Danessa Myricks 10 out of 10 Barrier Boost. And then I also go in with two primers, the Danessa Myricks Barring Balm and the serum from Maybelline, the Grippy Serum as a primer. And then I'm going in with my Pixie Brow Pencil from Cookbook Cosmetics to fill in my brows. I really like this because it's a micro pencil and you're able to get a really natural brow and you don't have to work too hard for it. After that, I apply my foundations. I use two foundations, the Maybelline Superstay foundation, and then I also use the Fenty Beauty Skin Tint. And I use the skin tint because it's slightly darker than me, and I use that to cover up all of my dark spots and hyperpigmentation, anywhere where I need a little extra coverage. And then I also mix in a Superstay, which is my shade match. And then I let that sit just so it can add a little extra coverage before I blend it out. And while that's sitting, I'm concealing my brows, and I use three different shades of the L'Oreal Infallible concealer. It's long lasting, it doesn't crease. I love it real bad. So I'm outlining my brows. I do still conceal top and bottom. I like a sharp brow. I know that it's 2016 and I'm sorry, it's 2026 and people are getting away from it. But for me, like, I probably will never let this go, especially in a really glam makeup look. I think it just adds a little something extra. Once all of these creams are applied, I go in with a clean flat brush and I blend it all out. I make sure I buff it down to my neck. I blend around my brows. Anything extra, I do use the back of my hand as a palette, but I'm gonna really work this in. I'm gonna pat and I'm not gonna swipe. After doing this, I know it's the summertime, so it's going to be slightly lighter than me, but I go in with the e.l.f. Creamy Bronzer. Um, and if you want to know the shades of anything, please just comment and I'll add these or tag these in my description. I go in with the bronzer and I put it on the upper part of my cheek and I blend up. After my bronzer, I'm going to go in with my blush. And I believe for this makeup look, I used Raspberry by Cookbook Cosmetics. It's our new soft serve blush collection, and it has 4 different shades. So if you want any of the Cookbook Cosmetics products, feel free to go to the website. I'm going to add that in my description box as well. I'm going to blend both of those out and then making sure that I still use my my foundation brush to clean up the edges and make sure everything is blended seamlessly before I go in and apply my concealer. With my concealer, once again, I use 3 shades. I use a shade that's slightly lighter than me, which is 410. Then I go in and add a slightly brighter concealer under my eye, which is 385. And then I don't remember if I added 355 or not, but if I want a super highlighted, super bright under eye look, I go in and add just a dot of that after I blend out or while I'm blending. So it really just depends on how much time. I told you all I only had an hour. Um, but yeah, those are the three concealers that I use. And I use a powder puff to blend after I use the Morphe. And once again, I'm going in with my foundation brush just to clean up the edges since the concealer is lighter than me. I want to make sure that it blends out beautifully.
You can get a big Chanel back in the store if you want it. I gave them the drip, they said it up in the morning. I put a new Patek, I had to watch so I two-toned. Taking these drugs, I'm gonna be up until the morning. Ain't your car, you just a listen, you don't own it. If I'm in the club, I got that fire when I'm performing. The weekend just came in and all wonders. Vibes a little cute, shit, they all on us. From Atlanta where young niggas run shit. I know they hating on me, but I don't keep coming. Whenever I tell her to come, she come. Whenever it's through, we ain't earning. Just too hard, don't stand too close to a fuck amount of time.
After the concealer is blended out, I go in with the same powder puff, but I reverse it and I get the Maybelline press powder in the shade 220 to go in and set my under eye. But I try to keep it directly under my eye just to make sure that concealer is in place and it's not creasing or anything while I work on the rest of my face to apply those powders. And with my bronzer, this is the Fenty Beauty Coco Naughty. I feel like they have some of the best bronzers, like period, because hers have a good range. I also take that bronzer and I put it on my eyelids. I do this all the time because I don't always do eyeshadow, especially if I'm in a hurry, but just adding this bronzer, it just gives your face a little something. And I also use that to contour my nose, the sides, and down the middle. I'm sorry, like on the tip of your nose. Then I do go in with two press powders. These are both by Cookbook Cosmetics. The first shade you see me using is Spice Rum. It is more golden, and I use that when I'm gonna bake. So I set all over my face. So I put my foundation outside of my bronzer, and then I'm gonna let that sit while I apply this. I want to say it's the Essence waterproof black liner in my waterline, and then I use my bronzers to smoke that out as well. But this bronzer is the Rim Beauty bronzer, and it's super red. Has a really deep red tone. It's really pretty, but I have to layer it because it will have me looking orange, or you know what I mean. And then I bought the Dubious Place blush palette. It was $25, and I believe their duos go for 20. So this is a really good price, and it's a really good product. I have one for my studio when I'm doing people makeup. So I applied that, and then I blended my face with another pressed powder by Maybelline, and then I used Morphe to really like set my face, melt all the powders together, and I do my mascara last, just so I don't get it all over my face or anything, because I'm really bad at doing that. I'm applying strip lashes on top of my clusters because when I'm going out, especially with my eyes, I love a big lash. I used to gravitate towards like a more natural lash, but when I'm doing a full glam, I really want to go for it. So this is me just playing with my lashes, making sure I like them. I can't remember if I added bottom lashes or not, but yeah, that's the finished look.
Okay, this is my finished look. I hope it's showing up well on camera. I hope you all like this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Please let me know what type of videos you're looking forward to, and I'll see you in the next one.